you saw our whole review of the Kia Carens, and in that we drove both the automatics, the petrol and diesel. If you haven't seen that full review, well, the link is in the video right now. And today we bring you the review of the manual versions. First up, it's the 1.4 litre petrol manual. Now instantly you notice that the manual actually makes better use of the power. It lets you enjoy it a lot more and it makes the performance feel stronger. It actually makes the Carens feel lighter on its feet. The fact that you can hold a gear makes all the difference. The gearbox is nice and light and easy to use, and so is the clutch. So driving in city traffic is quite a breeze. And you know, when you're ambling around like this, you'll realize you can be quite a lazy driver because you don't have to work the gears too much. You can amble around in a higher gear at lower RPMs, slow down, put your foot down, get a move on again, and it's pretty easy. You can come down to almost 1000 RPM and put your foot down in third gear and get a move on quite easily. So the Carens manual is very tractable and easy even in traffic conditions. Power kicks in at around 1600 RPM, and once you pass that, it's a nice solid acceleration all the way to the red line. In fact, it breathes really easy and gets up to triple digits quick enough. And in our preliminary test, the 1.4 petrol manual Carens got to the 100 mark in just 9.71 seconds, which is about half a second quicker than the auto. Yeah, while it may seem like the automatic would make light work of city driving and be the easier one, I think this gearbox actually lets you enjoy this performance a lot more, and it's so easy to use. You can be a lazy driver, so I'd root for the manual in the petrol. Now, in our earlier test, we had shown you the captain seat version of the Kia Carens, which is the 6-seater. And today we have the 7-seater, so let's check that out too. Okay, so this is the 7-seater version of the Kia Carens. It's the one that has the bench row in the middle. Let's give it a try. Nice comfy seats. You have recline as well. I can really get comfortable. Lots of leg room over here, and there is enough adjustment for the seat as well. With a fairly large slider for the middle row, adjusting space between the third row and second row will be fairly easy, and it also gets the convenient storage spaces and features that we mentioned in our main review. And you can have, I think, ample space for a third passenger. I'm going to check that out by getting 2 more people in. I have to say, this is pretty comfy. I've got these 2 guys, still got lots of shoulder room. Floorboards flat, I've got enough leg room for my feet. I don't even have to, kind of stretch them out either side under the seat. And I think we can recline the seats and get really comfortable. But while the Carens middle row offers enough room for 3, there is no adjustable headrest for the middle passenger, which is a big omission. Okay, so over to Nikhil now, who will get into the third row, as a lot of you wanted to see what it would be like for a taller person.
So the one-touch tumble fold for the curbside seat is very convenient, and the entry to the third row is also relatively easy. It's easy to find a comfortable compromise with the middle seat passenger, and it's possible for 3 6-footers to sit one behind the other in the cabin. Headroom for tall passengers, though, is best described as adequate. It's not ample. What is a highlight at the very back is the good seating position. It's over to the driver's seat to tell you what the 1.5 diesel manual Carens is like. To recap, this version uses a 115 horsepower and 250 Nm 1.5 litre diesel engine that's paired to a 6-speed manual gearbox. The diesel manual's gearbox is nice to use and doesn't require all that much effort. The clutch is also easy to modulate but is a touch on the heavier side if you're not used to it. There is plenty of room in the footwell, which comes handy on long journeys. The Carens diesel manual is quick as people movers go, registering a time of 10.09 seconds to 100 kph. But the figure only gives part of the story. In terms of real-world performance, the diesel manual works well if easy driving is on your agenda. The Carens diesel gets up to cruising speeds nicely enough and also makes for a pretty gentle cruiser, with 100 kph coming up in an indicated 1900 rpm in 6th gear. It's fine in city confines too, but the Carens diesel is not its happiest with all seats occupied. As on the automatic, you can tell the manual diesel's engine is giving its all when you're driving with a full load. You'll need to be mindful of the gear you're in at low speeds, and particularly when you're driving on steep inclines. In fact, it's the punchier turbo petrols, both auto and manual, that feel better suited to ferrying 7 passengers than the diesel. The diesel engine is known for its economy, and that'll be central to its appeal. To quickly recap the ride and handling experience, the Carens is easy to drive, offers pleasant low-speed ride though the diesels are firmer, and high-speed manners are good while handling is tidy. So that's that for the manual versions of the Kia Carens. As we said in our first drive review, the Carens has the makings of a winner. It's smartly turned out, well appointed on the inside, easy to drive and comfortable to be driven in. Even so, the Carens' biggest pull is its comfortable third row. The Carens goes on sale on Feb 15, and we expect prices for the turbo petrols and diesels in the 14 to 19 lakh rupee ex-showroom range. To sum up then, for anyone looking specifically for 3-row flexibility, the Carens could be as good as it gets for the money.